here's the big question. You're interested in value investing and valuing and evaluating businesses on a deep level, but you don't know how, even after researching for hours, probably dozens of hours, hundreds of hours on the internet, and because nobody else shows you how to do it. This podcast has all those answers and much more about value investing and finance. My name is Jason Rivera. Welcome to Value Investing in Your Car. Hey, Jason here. In this episode of Value Investing in Your Car, I'm going to tell you my number one tip for all beginning value investors. Before we get to that though, I need to let you know this podcast is available on all major podcasting platforms for free anywhere in the world. SoundCloud, Stitcher, Spotify, iTunes, and more. Anywhere in the world for free, you can listen to this episode as a podcast. Okay. Today I'm going to give you my number one tip for all beginning value investors. Because if you're anything like me, when I started and you're getting started now, or you started recently and you still feel kind of like you're stuck, is value investing can be and is a very complex subject, and there are an enormous amount of things, essentially infinite amount of things to learn, especially if you bring in learning and reading about financial statements. There's different industries, there's different metrics, there's different valuations, there's different business models, there's different competitive advantages, there's different everything. So I want to simplify things as much as possible for you if you're beginning. My number one tip for all beginning value investors is to know all of the investment terms, what they mean by heart, and what they mean not only kind of in the book sense, but in the real world sense. If you don't know them by heart, meaning you have to look them up as you're reading a financial statement, you need to go back and learn them and what they mean, not only from a book sense, from a real world perspective as well. Operating profit is one example. If you don't know what operating profit is, off the top of your head like that, as soon as you see it, what it means in only the book sense and the real world sense as well, what it means. If you don't know what it means in that context, you need to go back and learn these terms. If you can get the terms down pat and you know what everything means like that, as soon as you come up against it, you will have a massive advantage over other value investors and regular investors. Because most people learn the terms once or twice in college or just kind of in passing, but they don't know what they mean in a real world sense. If they do know what they mean, it's kind of the book kind of accounting sense. It's not the real world sense. So this is my number one tip for every beginning value investor. Know the terms down pat, what they mean in a book sense and a real world sense. If you do not know this, go back and drill it into your head. Even if you have to do read financial statement over financial statement after financial statement, if you have to look the definitions up, read them as much as you need to. Read the definitions on Investopedia or Google as much as you need to. I still take time to learn the basics. Anytime I know what all the terms mean at this point, and I know what they mean in a real world sense, but I don't always remember the kind of book or accounting rules and what they mean. So even with my clients and students, if we come up against something that I don't quite have a full 100% grasp of, or I haven't talked about it in a long time, so haven't thought about it in a long time, and I don't know what it means in a real world sense, I will go to Investopedia while we're in our training session and do it and look it up, just so I can give them the actual real world book definition. Again, I know what they mean from a real world company perspective, everyday business perspective, but that doesn't mean I remember the book definition. And I want to give them that as well. There's a saying by Bruce Lee that I think it's, I fear not the man who knows 10,000 different kicks, but I fear the man who's practiced one kick 10,000 times. Meaning you need to have the fundamentals down if you want to become great. If you have the fundamentals down, you can learn stuff like valuation techniques and stuff like that. But if you don't know what things like operating profit, free cash flow to sales, free cash flow, revenue, owner's earnings, return on invested capital, if you don't know what these things mean on a book sense and a real world sense down pat, Look it up. Keep looking it up. Keep looking it up and drill it into your head. Knowing the basics and the fundamentals, again, will give you a massive advantage over other people. So I hope this quick tip helped. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this tip. I'm sure it's different from many others tips, but this is my number one most important thing that I think is ultra important. Almost nobody does. So I hope this helps. And until next time, I'll talk to you again soon. Thanks. Have a good day. Bye.